Hi, I'm Rekha and I'm the Chief Trainer of Kalpataru Consulting. There are various meetings conducted in Scrum. So when we're talking about meetings, instead of using the term meetings, we call it as ceremonies, activities, or events. Let me list down few of the ceremonies and then we will discuss about one of the ceremonies. So it can be backlog refinement, sprint planning meeting, Scrum meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting. And in this video, we are going to discuss on the sprint planning meeting. As the name goes by, we are going to plan what is going to be built in that particular sprint. So I think most of the viewers, you would be knowing what is sprint, but to just give a high level understanding, the entire project in a Scrum, which is one of the Agile methodology, is going to be divided into short intervals, which can be in a period of 1 to 4 weeks. That is, let's say a 1 year project is going to be divided into short intervals for a period of 1 to 4 weeks. So in case you're going to have the sprint duration as 4 weeks, then you will have 12 sprints in a 12 months project. So this sprint, what we are going to build in that particular sprint is going to be discussed and decided and finalized in the sprint planning meeting. So who is going to be part of the meeting? The Scrum team, which is the product owner, the Scrum Master and the development team. So the product owner well in advance would have groomed the product backlog and would come prepared for the sprint planning meeting with the prioritized product backlog. So product backlog is the master list of all the features which is to be features and functions which is to be built in that entire project, which is going to be refined on a regular basis. So the product owner comes out with the prioritized product backlog, and along with that he also comes out with the sprint goal. So what is to be done in that particular, or the objective of the sprint in that particular sprint. And then he also, during the sprint planning meeting, he provides these two inputs, and along with that he also provides the answer to all the queries and the questions which has been raised by the development team. And the Scrum Master is there in the meeting. He doesn't interferes or he doesn't gets into the discussion by providing his inputs or telling what the development team has to do. He doesn't get into the nitty-gritty, but he is going to be a facilitator for this meeting, ensuring that this meeting happens in a smooth manner and everyone are effectively contributing to the meeting. And when it comes to the development team gives their inputs and ideas and suggestions and more inputs for the meeting during the meeting. And at the end of the sprint planning meeting, the development team is going to commit as what they are going to build in that particular sprint. So now what is the duration of the sprint planning meeting? See, if the sprint is a 2 to 4 weeks duration sprint, generally the sprint planning meeting can be of 4 to 8 hours. If the sprint is going to be of a lesser period, let's say of 1 week sprint, then approximately 2 hours is more than sufficient for a sprint planning meeting. This is on the duration of the sprint planning meeting. Now, how are we going to discuss? As I said, we are going to consider the prioritized product backlog, the sprint goal, and we are going to discuss what is going to be built in that sprint. So what all we are going to consider? We are going to consider the capability and the capacity of the team, the velocity of that particular sprint, or what is the committed velocity. And then what are the constraints, what are the challenges, what are the issues. And when we are going to do the effort estimation for that particular work, we are also going to consider the actual hours which is available from the team members. We are going to consider the other ceremonies, the meeting timing, and whether all the team members are available, what is their working hours, holidays. All these are going to be considered when we are going to plan what is going to be, or rather I would say, to do the effort estimation. And when we do that, as I said, based on the sprint goal and the prioritized product backlog, the topmost features are going to be selected. So when we are going to select, it can be of a bigger size, which we cannot complete in that particular sprint. So one thing to be ensured that we do not pick which we cannot complete in that sprint, or rather I would say we will commit only which can be completed in that particular sprint. So the functionality or the features which is being defined, or the top priority item, if it is a bigger chunk, it can be divided or decomposed into tasks, and the effort estimation is going to be done for each and every task based on other parameters. As I said, the capability and the capacity of the team, the other hurdles, the constraints in the project has to be considered when we are going to calculate what features or the task we are going to do in that particular particular sprint. So, as we are going to pick the top prioritized features, let's say the first one is selected, the second one we are going to select. And if it is bigger, then again we are going to decompose into smaller components. Let us divide into tasks. And these tasks also we can pick up only when we are able to provide a shippable product. So those tasks should be in a shippable size, or business value should be generated for the customer. Only then we can pick it and do it on that particular sprint. It should not be an incomplete feature or which is not adding value to the customer. Or we can move to the third item, where we can see like whether it can be divided into tasks, and then whether it can be built based on the business value and the sprint goal. So this is how we are going to do it. And at the end of the meeting, we should ensure that there is a shippable features and business value features have been selected, and it should be a commitment from the development team, a reasonable commitment to ensure that it has been completed in that particular sprint. So what is the end result of the sprint planning meeting? We are going to come out with the sprint backlog, which will be the selected features or the task from the prioritized product backlog and the plan. So both put together is what is our sprint backlog, which is the commitment the development team has taken to or committed to build in that particular sprint. I hope you understood what is sprint planning meeting. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel to learn more about Agile and other project management concepts. If you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.